From Studio A in Houston, Texas, welcome to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up.
He's adjusting the light.
What did you say?
I said David's
adjusting the light.
Get the lighting on him good.
Got them good lights.
You know, he's a professional.
Is it okay if I...
Please do.
Here, I can take care of this. Now, welcome to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, we're going to have an interview with David Ainslie. He's going to tell us about his Southwest Airlines experience firsthand. We're also going to have some of the stories making automotive news headlines this week. And we're also going to do the events calendar, and Mr. Mars has a review of the GLS580 from Mercedes-Benz. Howdy, along with Mike, This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong, and Mr. Jeffrey, We Need More, Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday, the last day of 2022. And we're kind of glad to see it go, to be honest with you. I don't know about you.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
You done? I'm done with this.
Well, I want to read the disclaimer about 2023 to see whether or not I want to go there or not.
What's the disclaimer?
No, just what to expect for 2023.
I don't even want to think about that.
If I'd
have read it about 2020 and 2021 and 2022, I'd have passed.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
There's that. Joining us live now via Zoom is David Ainslie, and our chief engineer and cook and bottle washer. Anyway, David had a wonderful experience. Well, not actually, it was kind of a good thing and a bad thing. He took his boys and they went skiing in Colorado.
Did you go Breckenridge, Dave?
Yes.
How was it?
Oh my gosh, it was absolutely amazing. We timed it where we missed the storm. We got there before the storm, and then the storm hit, and we figured, well, we're good. After the storm, we figured there'd be some flight delays during the storm, which we didn't care about because we were, on the side of a hill. But
and a lot of fresh powder.
A lot of fresh powder. It was great. It was it's unbelievable. Boys had a good time. And we were due to come back on Christmas Eve at about 5 o'clock.
On Southwest Airlines.
On Southwest Airlines.
Out of Denver Intergalactic Airport.
Yes. And we, drove through the hills, and the rent car was all good. And the roads were all slushy and snowy. And, man, we're just like, wow, we're going to be back home, this evening in Houston.
In the 10-degree weather.
Oh, yeah. That's fine. Well, we were minus 30 up on the hill, so it was all good. So 5 o'clock hits, and they go, well, there's been a little delay. Oh, okay. We're good with the delay. 7 o'clock comes. Well, still a delay. And I'm thinking, well, at some point they're going to call it and cancel this flight. So they waited until 9:30 at night when everything is closed. All of the restaurants in the airport, it's Christmas Eve. We're sorry, but there's my bag on the airplane. All of our bags are on the airplane. And they tell us it's going to go to Houston. Can we just get our bags back? No, they're going to go to Houston. Oh, okay.
So they could carry your bags, but they couldn't carry you?
That's correct. They said it'll be on the next flight. And it's like, well, what about us?
We don't care.
Yeah. So fortunately, we found a hotel, and we couldn't get rebooked until Monday, which is the day after Christmas. So we're going to spend Christmas now in some hotel in Denver.
At a dump motel near the airport.
Near Aurora.
No, actually, it was actually very nice. It was a new hotel.
Okay.
And, no complaints there.
So you're like the McAllisters in Home Alone 2.
That's it. Except Monday, we get there bright and early, 10 o'clock flight a.m. And plane comes in about 9 o'clock, the one we're supposed to get on. Pulls up to the gate. Everybody gets off. Crew gets off, and they go, well, flight's canceled. Why? No crew. It's like the crew is right there. They're walking away. No crew. I don't get it, but okay. And the terminal at this point at 9 o'clock in the morning is wall to wall people.
And they're all on fire.
Oh yeah. Well, they're all in line to rebook their flight for like Thursday or something, you know?
Now, David, when you rebooked, did you do it online or did you have to do it in person at the desk?
You had to do it in person at the desk. You couldn't get on the phone. You couldn't. The online thing was, just wasn't happening. So I said, I kind of need my job, so I need to get back to Houston.
God.
And so it was a Saturday, Christmas Eve. I had met somebody in line waiting to rebook his flight.
John Candy and the polka band.
That's it. John says, "Hey, let's rent a car together and split the ride, 16 hours, 8 hours each, and we'll get home."
God.
They don't rent cars one way now for some reason.
Yeah,
They do, but not when everybody wants to take their cars out of town.
Right.
Well, sure. There would have been 0 cars left in Denver.
Correct.
So we couldn't get a car.
And you'd already turned your car in the other day.
That's correct. Yeah. And I was at the point of, I'll just buy a car and then drive it to Houston and then sell it.
Well, based on what you paid for 3 airplane tickets back to Houston, you could have bought a fairly decent car, used car, drove it
we
back.
Actually found, yeah.
You found one?
It was $3,500 Avalon. It probably was a rust bucket from being,
In Denver.
Yeah.
But anyway, we went to another airline, paid several $1,000s, and
That would be United.
Yeah.
$3,200
for 3 tickets.
3 one-way tickets back to Houston at the last minute, but you got on.
We barely got on.
So their planes could fly to Houston, but Southwest couldn't.
Because of the crew.
Yeah. They had invested in computer systems that actually put people on an airplane.
Uh-huh.
And so, not to totally diss Southwest, the gal at the gate, she's like, "We're as frustrated as you." And it's like, no, honey, I don't have any clothes for 3 days, so you're not as frustrated as me.
And I don't live here.
Yeah, and there's no place in the airport to buy clothes if you wanted to.
And I got to go pee.
Well, I felt bad for the families that had young, kids because they, where do you get formula when at Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
I mean, nothing was open. No restaurants, no grocery. I mean, it's all closed. And Christmas Day.
Man.
I was trying to get Don's daughter to come, make us a meal, but
Make us a meal, yeah. Well,
Does Katie cook?
Katie does not
No,
cook, but she lives about 30 minutes from the airport, but I couldn't get a hold of her.
In Denver, everything's 30 minutes from the airport because the airport's so far out in the boonies.
Yeah, and then, if you ever landed there, you taxi for about 20 minutes to get to the terminal building.
Looking at all the white tents.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts. Well, we're glad that you're back.
I'm glad we're back too. The United thing, I booked it online while I was standing in line. We didn't have any bags to check in. And the computer sent us to Aspen and then Aspen to Houston, which turned into almost a major problem because they had a little delay for whatever reason going to Aspen. And
Isn't that another big ski place?
Mm-hmm.
it's another big ski place. And
Where they do lots of snow?
Oh, yeah.
But that wasn't the problem. The problem was the flight was delayed, and he had to change planes.
Right. Yeah, we had to go. Yeah,
and make a connection.
There was a layover to get the connection, and then all of a sudden the layover shrinking time-wise to 0, and then it's like we were going to miss the connection. So I found a supervisor and very helpful gentleman, and he found a gate agent that got us on a direct flight, and we had to literally run a half mile through the airport. To your point of this airport is huge, and barely got on the flight.
But and they've got the last 3 seats on the airplane that were available.
It was packed.
And they're holding the plane till he gets there. So as you're walking to your seat on the plane, everybody's giving you the evil eye.
stink
'cause you're
eye, yeah.
Like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Who does he
But
think
How
he
special
is?
is he?
That is David Ainslie.
All they said was, "Hurry up and sit down so we can leave."
And you did, and you made it back. What a ugly tale that was.
So you made it back on what day?
Monday night.
now,
Day after Christmas.
And have you heard anything from Southwest about any kind of reimbursements yet?
Well, they did say, publicly that they're going to do they'll pay for food, they'll pay for hotel, and alternate travel. So I'm hoping to get, reimbursed for the flight. So.
You should have bought that car. They could have bought it back from you.
All right.
yeah.
But the employees, I read a long story from a pilot, and unfortunately they didn't invest in any infrastructure over the last 20 years. When the CEO that just bailed a year ago,
And
they
so,
just didn't upgrade their systems, and the employees were actually begging to get things upgraded because they had their own issues in managing getting on flights themselves.
Oh,
Right.
for their
so they could make money.
scheduling.
Right.
It's the
The
DOS.
whole scheduling thing. Yeah. So
And how much is this current CEO making? How many millions of dollars a year? I think I think his days are numbered. If for no other reason than from a standpoint of here's the new face of Southwest. He's going to be used as the scapegoat, whether he did anything or not.
Well, David is the new face.
Yeah, maybe they said it's going to be a 3-year infrastructure timeline to rebuild that.
Well, they got to find the
and
software.
somewhere they're gonna get some
figure out
government
how to
money to
implement
do
it
it.
without shutting down.
I know a guy that could
Then
do
they
it.
got Mayor Pete on their butt too. So
Excuse me?
Oh yeah.
Mayor Pete.
That's not a good choice of words.
Mayor,
Oh, sorry.
No, but Mike can fix it. Mike,
And
you got-
were your bags in Houston when you got there?
They were so.
Surprise,
son wanted
surprise.
Well, the United flew us into Bush. It was the other airport from where we took off from.
Of course.
So my car and my bags were at Hobby,
40 miles away.
40 miles away. My girlfriend picked us up, took us over there, and my son really wanted to look for his bag. And I thought, there's probably about 50,000 people looking for their bag. But we went ahead and walked in there, and they had everything secured, roped off. And within about a minute, I look over and see my bag.
Wow.
So I was pleasantly surprised. So we got that and got one of my son's bags was there. And then we checked, and the other bag was on a truck coming in from Denver.
on a truck.
Wow.
So they're driving bags in
On a
because-
truck with John Candy.
Yeah. The funny
Singing polka, polka,
Get a-
polka.
Get a crew cab truck, and y'all could have rode with them.
And I think
Exactly.
alluded to this earlier that Katie, who lives in Denver, took a flight 2 days later on Wednesday to come here. And I thought, you're not going to make it. It's going to be canceled. I know it. So she had made all the arrangements, had the ticket well in advance. She says, no, I'm going to go. And the worst thing that's going to happen is I'm going to take my bags that I'm not checking.
Right,
I'm going to carry on. And I'll have to take the train back to where her car is. No. Got there. There's nobody in the terminal. None of that chaos that he dealt with 2 days earlier. None of it. She said, well, I went through there, and it was just like a normal day. Pre-checked, went up to the gate, showed them my telephone with my ticket on it. Boom, got on the airplane, and she was here. I think the flight was about 15 minutes late getting here.
I have a feeling Southwest is going to have a lot of open seats for a while.
And actually, Katie said last night when she was telling the story, the plane was about half full, and about 15 or 20 were crew members going to wherever they needed to go to.
Yeah, deadheading in. And then the story you told that when she was flying in, you knew that her plane was coming in
Right.
and you were waving at her. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, because obviously I work at the airport, so I thought, okay, well, we ought to be able to see that plane coming in on runway 31. And bigger night, there she is. Watch her land, and the plane taxis right next to us where we're parked over there. And so I told the pilot, I said, just wave. She's on the right side of the plane. So I texted her. I said, look out the right window. Plane takes the turn. We're standing there waving. And, of course, the pilots in the 737 are going, hey, good to see you. You just keep moving
They're holding
on.
up their glasses, cheering, hey.
They're going, yeah, we're glad to be in Houston, too.
Exactly. So, I mean, all that worked out great. And, she didn't check any bags, so we didn't have to wait through that mayhem down there.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank goodness for you, David, that you actually had room on a credit card to put $3,200 for your airfare on United.
He sold one of the kids.
Yeah.
There's
that.
Probably some people weren't in that position.
Yeah. Hey, I feel bad for them. One of the most frustrating things was as we're sitting there Christmas Day in the hotel and, give the boys credit. They did not complain one time.
That's fantastic.
Pleasantly surprised.
Awesome.
But we sat there and there's plane after plane taking off. It's like, well, why can't we get on those flights,
Yeah, sad. Mm-hmm. Well, we're glad that you're back,
really?
and sorry for the. I talked to David when he was going through all of that. Don, you're not going to believe this. No, and it's truly a tale. I will say that. Well,
Christmas
David,
to remember.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, David, it's great to talk to you, and thanks for sharing with us.
Well, good to be here, and always good to be a part of the show. And
a Christmas you'll never forget.
It's a Christmas miracle, Timmy.
But it makes for a good story and teaches patience and persistence. Because if I wouldn't have found these people that that I needed to get on this flight, we'd probably still be fumbling around somewhere.
Yeah, and your boys, give them credit. You got some good boys too.
Yeah.
All right, David. Thank you. Have a happy New Year, you party animal. And
you flying out anywhere?
I'll see you at the club tonight.
Sounds good, sir. Let's do it.
All right, brother. Talk to you later.
All right.
Well, there you have it.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So moving on here on the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. See, we bring you everything.
We try to.
We're an around-the-world kind of show.
Medical.
Yeah,
planes, trains, and automobiles.
Pretty much. That's it. Let's get a shot at the events calendar. Conrad, we've kind of put that off for the next half hour.
So tonight, starting at 5 p.m., is the Brookshire Brothers Cruise In Montgomery, Texas.
Tonight.
And
Saturday night, New Year's
Eve. Brookshire Brothers
Cruise In
Montgomery, Texas.
Okay.
And then tomorrow morning at 8 to 11 a.m. is a Classic Cars Coffee and Donuts at the Whitehall Cafe in Navasota, Texas. Also tomorrow from 2 to 7 p.m. is the New Year's Day Slab Fest at McGregor Park off of Calhoun Road in Houston, Texas. Mm-hmm. Then at noon tomorrow is the New Year's Cruise 23, and they're going to meet at the Chase Bank at 2641 Rogerdale Road in Houston and go on a cruise. Cruise around, just drive around, not go to Galveston and get on a cruise and go out in the ocean or the Gulf.
Could.
Well, thank you for clarifying that.
While you were looking at me, I was like, oh, boy, I got to explain this one.
You got to explain a lot, buddy.
And then also tomorrow from 8 to 11 a.m., the Wimberley Cars and Coffee at Blanco Brew off of Ranch Road in Wimberley, Texas.
Nice.
And then on the 4th is Freddy's Steak Burgers in Katy, and that starts at 5 to 7 p.m. Also on the 4th from 5 to 8 p.m. is the weekly cruise-in at the Hard 90 Bar and Grill, 705 North Main Street in Maypearl, Texas.
Where is Maypearl? It sounds like it's too far away.
It's near Mayberry.
Maypearl.
Mm-hmm. It's the next town over.
And then Wheels and Wine
Mount Pilot.
and Bordeaux Vino Wine Bar off of Research Boulevard in the Woodlands. And finally, from 8 to 10 p.m. on the 4th is Park and Pizza at Mod Pizza off of 14,
Free pizza.
Off of 1463 in Katy, Texas.
All right, time now for this hour's car review, kind of doing things out of order a little bit. Mr. Mars had a chance to drive the GLS580, and here now is his review.
Yes, sir. This is the 2022 Mercedes-Benz GLS580 4MATIC. Now, this is the larger GLE class inside Mercedes-Benz, and there's a whole lot of stuff on it, so I'm going to go
GLE
really
or
quick.
GLS?
Well, the G
GLE
class.
Okay,
And so we're talking about the GLS vehicle inside the GLE class. There's a 450, a 580, and a 63, and this is the third generation that was and it was actually the third generation in 2020. So a ton of stuff on this thing. So it has the night package as an option package that comes with this. So it's got a blacked out front splitter, grill, trim. The roof rails are all blacked out. It's got an LED lighting package, including the tail lights, adaptive high beam assist out front. It's got illuminated running boards, which is a really nice touch. It's got acoustic glass, which contributes to the quietness of that vehicle. Got a big roof spoiler on it. Got a power tilt sunroof that's standard, but we had the optional panoramic roof running on some 21-inch AMG style 5-spoke wheels. So it's got 2 or 3 other little small AMG touches in it that kind of gives it a little bit.
Could you move that microphone? Can you not hear yourself popping that? And
Nope, don't.
Okay.
Try that. Is that better?
I don't know.
Well, let me pop that a little bit.
Yeah.
I get to going fast.
All right, go.
So on the inside of it, this has got some really cool stuff here. It had the black leather with a brown wood trim, really wood trim inside this vehicle. The first row, all leather, had heated and ventilated seats, but it also has heated armrest and door panels on this vehicle, and the top of the center console is also heated.
Which was nice when it was 10 degrees outside.
Absolutely. And the second row is also got heated seats with heated armrest as well. Really, there's some nice touches in here that you got to kind of look for, but it's really cool when you find them. Heated and cooled front cup holders, whether you want it hot or cold, just like the seats. It had a 12.3-inch touchscreen. That's where you're going to find your Mercedes-Benz experience and all your convenience controls. Had a 12.3-inch widescreen. Now, this is a digital instrument cluster, and they kind of roll together. We were talking about that before the show, how it rolls together and makes for this just monstrous big screen up there for the dash. To make all this stuff go, up under the hood, it had a 4.0-liter V8 mild hybrid, and it produced 483 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque, backed by a 9-speed transmission. So this thing had plenty of get up and go. EPA says you should be looking for 16 on in the city, 21 on the highway, combined for about 18. I actually got 17 across the 182.4 miles that I drove that vehicle.
You only drove it 182 miles?
That's it. It was
because you didn't have to come here.
No, because we had tailpipes and tacos that week that I had it. So I had the in-wheel time truck. I drove it over here, so it kind of cut it down. Now, and one thing I really liked about it, it was very quiet. Now, minimal road noise. That goes back to that acoustic glass and all the things that we had in it to kind of keep all that down. The base trim price on this vehicle is $101,250.
That's base.
As tested, $111,995. And if you're looking for something to compare this to, you might look at the BMW X7, which starts at $74,900. The Infiniti QX80 starts at $71,900. And there's a Lexus LX600 that I've never seen, but I did find it. It starts at $86,900. The other thing I wanted to mention about this particular vehicle that I thought was rather interesting, it has a 4-year, 50,000-mile warranty on it, instead of the 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on it. So there's a lot of nice stuff in this car, and it's really a nice driving car.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Pardon me. And $111,000 is in the price range for a luxury SUV.
You get into that class, absolutely.
Some of the stories making news headlines this week. Tesla buyers who waited months for their new car have had an unusual choice for much of the past 2 years. Keep the new electric vehicle or sell it at a profit to someone with less patience. But the days of the Tesla flip are numbered. Potential threat to new car prices that are already getting cut. Prices of used Teslas are falling faster than those of other automakers, and the clean energy status symbols are languishing in dealer lots longer, according to Reuters. The average price for a used Tesla in November was $55,754, down 17% from a July peak of $67,297. The overall used car market posted a 4% drop during that period, according to Edmunds. The used Teslas were in dealer inventory for 50 days on average in November, compared with 38 for all used cars. Fuel prices are easing, interest rates are rising, Tesla output is increasing, and EV competition is growing, leading used Tesla prices to fall faster than the market and creating a cascading effect on prices of new Teslas. Tesla last week doubled a U.S. new car price cut to $7,500 for Model Ys and Model 3s delivered this year, adding to investor jitters about softening demand. Tesla's hardly alone. The U.S. used car market thrived as global vehicle manufacturing hit snags, but it now is facing a used vehicle recession, according to one analyst, after the used car seller CarMax last week reported an 86% drop in third quarter profit.
Wow.
Yikes.
Well, and then the write-off in value of their inventory. That's the other thing that really hammers the large used car operators. If the prices of used cars go down 10%, the price of their inventory goes down 10%. And if they carry $1 million worth of inventory, they just lost $100,000 in value.
And if they've got more in the floor
and they've
plan,
done
too.
nothing. Yeah, and they've done nothing other than watch the price of the
market.
used car change.
Yeah. Maybe if you're in the market for a car, maybe the
Good
used car, it'd be a good thing to look at. And after a topsy-turvy 2 years in which COVID-19 stymied efforts to hold a large, fully in-person show, event organizers expect more than 100,000 attendees when the Consumer Electronics Show kicks off Thursday, January 5th. In Las Vegas, those visitors will find an emphasis on electric vehicles in particular and electrification overall. BMW and Stellantis will unveil EV concepts that underpin their production plans. Set in the not-too-distant future, BMW will showcase its new class next-generation platform, which it expects to build vehicles upon starting in 2025. Stellantis will highlight its Ram EV pickup, scheduled to launch in 2024. Wow. Both BMW CEO Oliver Zipse and Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares are set to deliver keynote remarks. Approximately 275 mobility-related companies were expected at the show, with organizers saying additions were expected.
It's mind-boggling to think of how many auto manufacturers are introducing new cars at the Consumer Electronics Show the last couple of years.
Yeah, and not at the big SEMA show, which used to be the place that they did all that.
Or
Yeah,
at the
and some of
Detroit Auto
those that
Show
are
that
at-
doesn't really
Yes,
exist anymore.
CES are not going. They pulled out of SEMA, and they're now going to be over there at CES.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Consumer electronics, yep.
Right. Well, they are electric. All right. Time for a quick break now, and we're going to be right back. You're on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show on iHeart Radio. Your friends and hosts of the quarterly Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupi Tortilla in Katy want to thank you for participating in this year's events and look forward to another exciting year. You'll hear about the next Tailpipes and Tacos right here and online soon. Next time you're in West Houston, be sure and stop in at the original Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex near I-10 and Highway 6, or the Katy location off I-10 and the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard. Traveling east to Beaumont or northwest to College Station, you'll want to have Lupi's award-winning beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. There's always a celebration at Lupi Tortilla. Lupi founder Stan Holt and his wife Sheila are car people through and through. Both are winning racers on the NHRA drag racing circuit and have a collection of cars that everyone appreciates. You'll see one at the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In. The next event will be in the spring at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex on 99, the Grand Parkway and Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 and Katy. We'll give you all the details soon here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show and online. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available on the most popular podcast channels out there in 30-minute episodes. We realize our 3-hour live show can be difficult to catch in its entirety, so now you can listen every day to a convenient, fresh 30-minute episode. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Audible, along with a dozen more. In-Wheel Time has the most informative automotive guest interviews and new car reviews, along with popular features including Conrad's Car Clinic and This Week in Auto History, along with automotive news headlines. Our live broadcast airs every Saturday, 8 to 11 Central on InWheelTime.com, the iHeart app, and on YouTube. Be sure to say hello when we're broadcasting from the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In, Autorama, and the Houston Auto Show, among others. Now, it's easier than ever to hear about all things automotive all week long. You're invited to join fellow car enthusiasts in becoming part of the ever-growing In-Wheel Time Car Talk family. Don't forget those 30-minute podcast episodes on your favorite podcast channel.